The Week 9 post-game show. We have a very special guest, a full lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we have a lot of guests coming on. We're going to the
special guest, baby.
Pooch, so now you were nominated for Player of the Week.
And they robbed me.
And
Let's talk about that.
How'd that happen?
I had my man's car right here too. I had 400 points. I was in the league. I was smooth selling. So I ain't looked no more. And next thing you know, he was up by 1,000. I don't know what happened. Who voted?
It's rigged.
Yeah, it is rigged.
Nah,
it's
man.
the election.
Yo, how much? Yo, Joey, how much we pay for a team? How much you gotta pay for a team?
Not enough.
Not enough?
Man, listen,
Yo,
we not even gotta talk bad
I want my money back,
Yeah, we not
bro.
even gotta talk bad, because you know what? I'm rocking with them right now. You
All right,
feel
so
me?
guys, listen. You guys had a game today. You stay right there. You guys are good. Week 9, some really big-time matchups. Rim Breakers, Shocker. Shocker wins by 10. Guys, first, before we get to the analyst breakdown, because who cares what they say, right? What happened in the game?
What happened was,
Our rotations, garbage, you feel
Yep.
me? I don't like our rotations. We gotta do better as far as rotating.
we
like,
beat
our
ourselves
subs.
pretty much. We
And
had
these stank ass refs.
chill.
bro.
We're not even gonna do them like that. Nah. We'll do that later.
Oh yeah, I want to get fined. My fault. I
Yeah,
wanna
you
get
feel me? I don't got 5K.
No, please keep going.
Nah, but listen, right? Let me tell you, we pretty much beat ourselves. They didn't beat us like they beat everybody else in the league. They didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. What happened was, you feel me? I jumped too high on the first play.
one word.
I jumped too high on the first play. Y'all gotta see about that. I hit my head. I was hurt.
Look like you want to say something.
But nah,
What's your record this season?
I don't even know.
3 and 5, something like that.
nah, we
Four,
four.
five.
I'm glad it don't matter. Like,
And
I'm
what's
so
your
glad
guys'
it don't matter.
So now we're about to enter the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
What's your guys' outlook for the playoffs?
Well, that's
The
a
Rim
clean
Breakers.
state. It's 0-0 for everybody.
Yeah, you know, we coming in.
It's lit.
You know, like I said, I still want war with everybody.
I'm about to
honestly.
be talking in my
I don't
group
care.
and
I don't
crazy.
care about this one loss. I still want war with everybody. My boy Greg, he know I want war with everybody. I want war with everybody.
Shout out my boy Greg.
You feel me?
Connor hates Rim
Yo, what you say over here in the back? Yo, if you mention him one more time, how we dock his pay? Don't worry, I'm gonna talk about
Well,
that.
listen, 0 times whatever is still 0.
Oh, see?
That's facts.
I'm gonna talk to you after the
That's
game.
facts.
Oh, after the. You know what I mean.
All right, and so now last question. Do you like the new merch? You gonna buy some
Can I
stuff?
get one with my name on the back?
Sure, of course,
I need
yeah,
it with
anything for
Pooch.
you.
You gotta say Pooch real
Oh,
big.
that's just it.
Yeah, this and
I like
what
that
kind?
one.
You
I like
that?
that. Build your legacy.
You
That's
like that?
wavy.
That's pretty cool, right?
I can't build shit with these refs though.
But you know what,
We
guys?
got something to do. Thank you very much.
Later, guys.
All right. Be
It's
good.
a whole lot of you.
Be good like we are. All right.
You say that one more time. Yo, if you say that again, edit them out.
Well, all right. So now
Greg,
that
you gotta
we're
let
going
me
to
know
start the
what
real
happened,
post-game show now. We're going to edit Pooch out.
Oh,
No, so Shocker, we'll start with Shocker Rim. Had some special guests come on. Quickly, from that game, Shocker City back to their winning ways after losing last week. What did those two do especially, even though they lost? Good performance from the Rim Breakers. It's not enough against Shocker City.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was very impressed with the Rim Breakers today. I mean, I think after the game, Rosinski said it was one of their worst wins of the year, but at the same time, you can't really have a bad win, a win to win. But at the same time, really impressed with the Rim Breakers, and I think they talked about a TMC Shocker City finals. I was thinking TMC and Flint Tropics after today, but we'll talk about that one later.
That's a good transition. Anything else on Shocker City before I?
Danny Lopez. I mean, he
Danny
had
Lopez.
himself a night. I think 25, probably had a double-double. And Shocker, they had 3 guys score in the 20s. Mike Davis, Jason Hernandez. All-around team win. It was great.
For sure. And then speaking of team wins, the Flint Tropics do it again. Behind Mike Bizzuto, Don Migliaro, TJ Gianni shooting it well.
Nick Japs, too.
Nick
Nick Japs
some
had a night.
Huge moves to seal that game. They take down Run TMC by about 10 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wins and losses.
Yeah.
No, lose by 1.
Yeah.
Lose by really, it's the same thing.
You're
good
already
win
on
for
to
Flint.
next week.
Yeah, exactly. On the next week, yeah. What did the Flint Tropics do? I mean, I know they're a great team. Nick Japs, one of the standout guys for you guys.
Yeah. Nick Japs had 19 tonight on 7 of 10 shooting. A lot of it was late game shots. He came up big. His post game work all night was working, and he just didn't have an answer for him.
They did what a lot of teams can't do. I mean, a lot of teams haven't been able to hold Reggie Stewart, and I'd like to say that holding him to 21 is a good thing. And Eric Langston, both to 21. If you hold them to, I guess less than 30, they're doing a pretty good job.
Sure. Sportsbook gets the win, and I'm blanking. Who they play?
Team moves.
Okay, that's right. Team Moves actually had 5 guys. They had a
Yeah,
sub
they
today.
did.
Kevin Blake came back.
Getting big.
Good to see him.
But I look over once and see Tyrell Holmes flying through the air, and that usually sums up the game for them. What did I miss from Sportsbook as they continue to
It
roll?
was just a physical game. I talked to Jeff Norco after the game. I was like, you guys are the most physical team in the league. Like, how do you do it? It's just like, we just like to hold them. So, I mean, if they can continue to do that, especially with the performance they turned in tonight, they're going to turn a lot of heads in the playoffs.
Team Moose just couldn't get anything going offensively outside of our boy Dan and Dom, aka the Sandman. But they couldn't get anything going offensively. They couldn't. Their 3-point shooting wasn't good. Crazy amount of turnovers. Russ Davis had 10 turnovers to himself. And
They did have a bunch of nice passes, though. They moved the ball really well. It's the first time I saw that in a while.
First time they played.
Yeah.
Had guys to play with. And then the nightcap over here, Young Kings and the Chasers. Chasers do get the win by 20 plus. I think in the second half, never really close. Kind of they blew it open and kept it open. What the Chasers do? No Don Langston.
Didn't need him.
David Armstrong was big, and we talked about their size, right? Seabrook too.
Seabrook had 34, I think. 34. David Armstrong, 18 rebounds. He was pounding the glass all night. It seemed a lot closer than it was. Young Kings played a good game. They just didn't make a lot of shots. But, you know, we're pulling for Young Kings to get that win. Kind of late now, but
yeah, you would have thought with Destin Simmons with his 44 points.
Oh yeah, he went
They
off.
would have definitely had a game, but it wasn't even like that. Brandon Seabrook, he had a game, 30 plus points, and David Armstrong, double machine with 26 points. Nobody was stopping those two.
And so that's it for week 9. Usually the end of the regular season. We do have one more regular season week next week. Team Moose and Nick Strong will each play twice. TMC and Sportsbook will play again, because only TMC has 8 games, and Sportsbook, I think, had a forfeit or a bye somewhere in there. So to try to get everybody more games, they'll play a second time. So that'll be awesome and have some playoff seeding implications there.
It's going to be an interesting matchup.
It's going to be interesting. And then I think the Young Kings get Moose or Nick Strong before Moose and Nick Strong play. I think that's how that's going to work. It's on the website. Check it out, thelegacyleagues.com. But with the playoffs right around the corner, who's your team that's on the rise heading into the playoffs? Does anyone want to?
Sportsbook.
Sportsbook, okay. Everyone likes the Sportsbook upset. Anybody on the Rim Breakers?
I like the Rim Breakers.
Rim Breakers. Rim Breakers. Anybody else?
See, I was gonna say TMC. I like the way. I mean, I like the way you guys played today. You know, I don't want to kiss too much tail, but at the same time, you guys hang with the best team in the league, and I think you get the right matchup. Maybe you find them again in the finals.
If TJ Gianni misses a shot or two,
That'd be
he
good.
could shoot. I mean, that would
I
help.
mean, I'm staying on the bandwagon, but
Flint? Okay. Yeah, but team on the rise. So Flint's been doing this all year. They came in,
All right,
and
that's
I don't know if they've...
all right, I would say Sportsbook then.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if they've wavered, which credit to them.
All right, Gentlemen's
Gentlemen's
Club.
Club.
Let's go, Gentlemen's Club.
We're still on Gentlemen's Club. All right.
And
Nice.
wait, I didn't even get to say anything, Joe. All right, you can end it, Joe.
No. Who's your team on the rise? Meyer.
Kool-Aid Jammers.
Gentlemen's Club.
Was there any quotes that stood out to you tonight from the interview you did?
No, hold on. Can I pinpoint this? Shocker City. They're on the rise. No Jerry Washington. Let's just
Right.
know that. His brother only has 2 games in the season. The chemistry isn't built yet.
But they do have a forfeit, so I'm going to have to figure some stuff out. Because he claims he would have been there for the game that got, like, they didn't forfeit, but Team Moose forfeited. And so that kind of counts as a game played for everyone on the team that didn't forfeit, which would be his 3rd game. It's hard to prove he would have been there. It's hard to prove he wouldn't have been there. So he's going to qualify for the playoffs. That would have been his 3rd game. It's not like their fault their opponent forfeited. That counts.
Drama.
So both of the Washingtons will be available for the playoffs. I'll break the news
That's
now.
big.
That's a thing because they're
breaking
right.
news.
They didn't forfeit.
And they
You
haven't
gotta
played.
get-
They
you
haven't
gotta
played
get the
together
thing
yet.
coming across
They
the
haven't
line.
played
Ticker.
together yet. They haven't played together.
They haven't played
With
together.
the
They
brother
played
chemistry,
together
I
in
think
the
it's going to
past.
change things, and I don't think that Flint Tropics is going to take it. I think it's going to be a big upset. Big upset. Big upset. All right, you got it, Joe. You got it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, we're good over here. All right, we'll be back. Meyer will be back in week 10. We'll all be back.
I will be back.
Maybe we'll all be back in week 10. No, next week, the last week of the regular season. Then the 8 and 9 will play on 25th, 2 weeks from today. And then the winner of that game will play again at 10:30 as we do the first round play-in game and the quarterfinals on the 25th, right before we enter March. So what timing? As long as you don't get any snow next week, week 10 is what we're going to call it, the last week of the regular season. And after that, we'll have our playoff matchups. Good job today. Glad we had some guests on here. we're going to keep that in, despite what I said. We are going to keep that in there. And we'll see you in Week 10 for the last week of the Winter 19 regular season in Connecticut. You guys are clowns. All right.